Okay, this lesson is for Algebra 1. It should be Monday, December the 10th. There is a box on the top of your notes, and it tells you that you will be required to take notes, and you will be required to turn the notes in as part of your grade. So as I'm going over this, you need to be writing the answers on your paper, because at the end of class, that paper gets turned in, and it's part of your grade. You also have an assignment after we do the notes. That's the same kind of stuff. So make sure you're paying attention. If I go too fast, you need to get someone to hit pause so you can get caught up. Okay? Okay, we're talking about polynomials. So the first thing we need to learn is what is a monomial. Okay, big, strange words, not a big deal. On the left, everything we see in this box is a monomial. 3x, negative 2x squared, 4, negative 5x, and 6x. These are all monomials. All of these on the right are not monomials. Negative 2x plus 5, 4x squared minus 1, x squared plus 2x minus 1, 5x plus 2, and x squared minus 4. So look at them and think, what do all of the ones on the left have in common that does not happen in the ones on the right? Notice that there is no plus or minus. That's what makes it a monomial. I consider this to be one term. Okay, monomials are one terms. There is no plus. Now, I know you're looking at this and you're looking at this, but remember, if it's at the very beginning, it's a negative, not a minus. So those two are legal. They're still monomials. You're adding, you're subtracting and adding, you're adding, you're subtracting. So these are not monomials. These are binomials in the left. 5x squared plus 4x, 3x squared plus 2, 8 minus 4x, negative 3x minus 9, 2x plus 1. Everything on the right is not a binomial. Negative x, x squared plus 2x plus 1, 2x squared plus x minus 1, 5x squared minus x plus 2, x squared. What do all of the ones on the left have in common? They are all two terms. Bi means two. Binomial means two terms. Two terms, this is a term, this is a term. Split with either a plus or a minus. 1, 2 terms. 1, 2 terms. 1, 2 terms. 1, 2 terms. Here we have 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1 term. So a binomial has two terms. You're going to have a plus or a minus in the middle. So I bet you can tell me what a trinomial is. It's going to be 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. This one has 2, so it's a binomial. This one has 1, so it's a monomial. These have 3 over here, so they're trinomials. Monomial, one term. Polynomial, many or more terms. Okay? Poly. Binomial is a polynomial. Trinomial is a polynomial. Okay, definitions. First one is monomial. Is a number, variable, or product of numbers and variables. Remember, it is one term. It's okay for it to be a number. It's okay for it to be a letter. It's okay for it to be a combination of a number and a letter. And it's okay for it to be a fraction with several letters. What's not okay is if you have a plus, a minus, or a fraction with the x in the top and the y on the bottom. Next word, a constant, is a monomial that is a real number with no variable. Which of the monomial examples above are constants? And that's going to be 10. It's the only one that doesn't have a letter with it. Polynomial is a monomial or sum of monomials or terms. So they're all going to be polynomials. Everything we look at is a polynomial. Binomial is the sum of two monomials or terms. Okay, two terms. And a trinomial is three terms. Take a minute, make sure you've got all this filled out. You will be turning your notes in as part of your grade. Okay, so let's look at each of these. We have to identify the type of monomial and how many terms. Probably you want to look at the terms first. 3x squared has one term because there's no plus, there's no minus. Negative 9 has one term, it's just a constant. 2x minus 7 is two terms. 3x squared y plus 2z squared is two terms. X plus 6x plus 5 gives you three terms. 5xyz minus 3xy plus 2z gives you three terms. Then you know if there's one term, it's a monomial. If there's two terms, it's a binomial. And if there's three terms, it's a trinomial. Take a minute and make sure you have your chart filled out. You will be turning this in. Okay, so we're starting with kind of remembering what we did last week. We are multiplying two terms. Okay, it's a polynomial. Remember, if you are multiplying in your problem, you will multiply the coefficient, which is the big number, and you will add the exponents, which is the little number. So 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Your base is x. 2 plus 5 is 7. Negative 18, x to the 7th is your answer. When you have, we're going to deal with this first, this little power out here. When you have a power to a power, you multiply the exponents. So you're going to say 2 times negative 2 and get x to the negative 4th. Over, you're going to say 3 times negative 2 and get y to the negative 6th. But we can't have a negative exponent. So this has to go down and this has to come up. And your answer is y to the 6 over x to the 4. Cannot have a negative exponent in your answer. Okay, when you have power to a power, you are going to rooftop your coefficients and you're going to multiply your exponents. So it's negative 4 rooftop 4. But remember, since it's negative, it goes in parentheses. So you have 256. You're going to multiply your exponents, so you're going to say 3 times 4, and that gives you x to the 12th. You're going to say 3 times 4 again, and that gives you y to the 12th. That's your answer. When you have a fraction, you reduce coefficients, or if you want to, you can divide them, and you subtract the exponents. I like to start by drawing my fraction, and I would like to deal with my coefficients first. 9 over negative 3 would reduce. I don't want a negative in the bottom, so I moved it to the top. 9 over 3 becomes 3. Subtract your exponents. 3 is bigger than 1, and so my a goes in the top. 3 minus 1 is 2. 5 is bigger than 2, so b goes in the top. 5 minus 2 is 3. It's okay for the bottom to be empty. There's your answer. Several steps for this one. Deal with the top first. We're multiplying, so you multiply the coefficients, you add the exponents. 4 times 6 is 24. A to the 3 plus 1 is 4. B to the negative 2 plus 3 is 1. You don't have to put that 1. I just put it there so you know what I was doing. All over negative 8 a squared b. Draw your fraction. 24 over negative 8 gives you a negative 3 on the top. It goes on top because 24 is bigger than 8. Looking at your exponents for a, 4 is bigger than 2, so a goes in the top. 4 minus 2 is 2. Looking at your b, you have a b to the first in the top, a b to the first in the bottom. They're going to cancel. There is no b in your answer. Here's your answer. Okay, so moving on to something a little new that's actually easier than dealing with those exponents. When you combine polynomials, this is like combining like terms. If you have parentheses, you have to distribute. The purpose of that is to get rid of the parentheses. Then you combine the remaining like terms. So if you have two sets of parentheses and there's a plus between them, that means that the parentheses do nothing. You can ignore them. Now that's only if it is a plus. So it's the same thing as saying 9y minus 7x plus 15a minus 3y plus 8x minus 8a. Going to find our like terms. 9y minus 3y, negative 7x plus 8x, and 15a minus 8a. Combine your like terms. So 9y minus 3y is 6y, negative 7x plus 8x is plus 1x, and 15a minus 8a is plus 7a. That is your answer. You're going to have long, strange-looking answers here, and that's okay. Make sure you're getting all of this written down because you're turning your notes in as part of your grade. Once again, there's a plus, so the parentheses do nothing. 4a minus 5 minus 7a plus 5. 4a minus 7a is negative 3a. Negative 5 plus 5 cancel, so there's your answer. Plus means it's not doing anything. If you can keep straight of things, keep straight of what you're doing without rewriting it, that's okay. 3x squared plus 4x squared, 7x squared. 5xy minus 8xy. Use your calculator because of signs. Minus 3xy. Negative 2y squared plus 1y squared is minus y squared. You're not changing any of the letters. You're not changing any of the exponents. You're just combining like terms. Okay, notice that this one is subtraction. You have to do leave, change, opposite. Okay, so you leave the first one, 7c minus 5. You change this to a plus, and then these are going to have the opposite. So instead of minus 8c, it's plus 8c. Instead of plus 5, it's minus 5. Then you find your like terms and combine. 7c plus 8c, 15c. Negative 5 minus 5, negative 10. Use your calculator. They're not going to cancel. And you're done. So 5ax squared plus 3ax was my leave. Change and use the opposite. So minus 2ax squared plus 8ax minus 4. 5ax squared minus 2ax squared, 3ax squared. 3ax plus 8ax plus 11ax. This does not have anything to pair up with, so just bring your minus 4 down. That's your answer. Find the area of the triangle shown below. We know that the area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. This is what I was talking about last week when I told you that when you get to the end of course, they try to combine things to make it more difficult. They're making you use the formula for area and then also making you use the rules for exponents. My area is equal to 1/2 times the base of my triangle is down here at the bottom. So 12 m to the 4th, n to the 5th. My height is over here on the side. So times 7m n to the third. So take your calculator, 1/2 times 12 times 7, 42. I am multiplying, so the exponents will be added. 4 plus 1 is m to the 5th. 5 plus 3 is m to the 8th. It's not that difficult. Okay, they're just trying to trick you by giving it to you as an area. The perimeter of the triangle below is 13x squared minus 14x plus 8. What expression can be used to represent the length of the third side? So we're missing this. You need to realize that perimeter means to add all sides. So if I add these sides, they have to give me this. So it's kind of like saying that if I subtract these from that, so 13x squared minus 14x plus 8 minus, open parentheses, one of the sides, 4x squared plus 3x, close parentheses, minus the other side, open parentheses, 17x minus 5. Got to do leave change opposite, so it becomes minus 4x squared minus 3x, and do leave change opposite here also, so minus 17x plus 5. Find your like terms. 13x squared minus 4x squared is 9x squared. Negative 14x minus 3x is negative 17x. Minus 17x is negative 34x. 8 plus 5 is plus 13. There's your answer. Get all this written down. It needs to be on your notes, because your notes will be turned in at the end of class for part of the grade. Keep your notes handy. This was Polynomials Day 1. You are now ready to work on your assignment. Keep your notes out. Look at the notes to help you with the assignment. You may talk to your partner. I expect you to be working. I expect you to finish this, and I expect you to turn the assignment in. Turn the notes in too. Okay? It all goes together for your grade. Be on best behavior. Be working. If you have questions about it, I'll answer them when I get back on Wednesday. Have a great day.